Okay, it's day 102, and hopefully the Intel committee in the House will release the memo today, and hopefully they'll run it up to the White House and get it signed. Just wanted to go over some stuff from time past and just the contributors of the channel and how valuable even the smallest leads are before I get to the big news. So here's Bocum Resources. A lot of times when you have these front companies that are only established long enough to steal a farmer's uranium or a rancher's uranium, then they'll fold it right after that. So I hold on to things like this, the numbers, the case numbers and so forth in New Mexico courts, and then have other people look. And you'll see this same pattern of they always make a fun wink out of their crime. So they take hokum and they make it bokum. I'm not saying that happened in this case, but that's a similar pattern. Here, Judicial Watch is asking for Andy McCabe's texts. Remember, Lisa Page and Peter Strokes had four phones. So could it be a shared Dropbox? Could it be he be using the Peter Strokes alias as one of the four users? I think that's what's actually the case. If you look at the timeline of the different periods of 90-day requests, it goes from August 15th to November the 15th, which then goes to February the 15th if they renewed it another 90 days, which the GCHQ document would lead you to believe. Then another 90 days puts you right on the day of May 15th. The next day, Mueller interviews with Trump for the FBI position, and the following day he becomes special prosecutor. So were they setting Trump up yet again? Yeah, absolutely they were. And now they attack first and say, hey, they tried to fire Mueller. Okay, so it was an obvious setup, and they had met with McCabe the day before. That's why all those messages are gone. You're going to see that McCabe is going to be one of the four people. I think Rod Rosenstein, or through his wife Lisa, is going to be one of them, and then maybe Strokes and Melissa Hodgman are going to be the four that use it. So we'll see that as that develops. Here's a story of VA employees' access devices that came out with Luke Rosiak. Had this story. Access devices are being given out, and this one was in Arkansas. People being able to get in to see veterans' Social Security numbers. So even after this guy is arrested outside of VA trying to sell these access devices, even after he's arrested, he still has access. So this could very well be the part of the chain that Imran is in, not necessarily selling drugs, but selling access devices to people in different parts of the country, and then they're using it to log in to get illegal drugs. So I'm not saying Imran directly is importing drugs, but even giving access devices, and we know he's gone to Pakistan, and we know that we've had lots of devices gone to his house directly. Even if it was just getting access devices, this still participates in a system which causes opiate death, and that's not a good thing. So on the subject of details and so forth, we'll go to that in a second. We did this about a month ago, where the FBI raided this house out by where P-Tech started, near Dulles, and I noticed the name of the owner of this place that was radicalizing all these people. It was David C. Lambert, and it just made me think of Mark Lambert, because I had visited up there with Task Force earlier. So that'd be an interesting name to run. And then I also wanted to go back to 6 months ago today.
Documents. I produced documents yesterday which showed in 2005 Imran Awan configuring Blackberries. He was openly bragging he could see the calendars, which means you can see the email of all the people on Capitol Hill. 2005. That is Anthony Weiner's trusted staff. The emails Hillary Clinton sent about Anthony Weiner's trusted staff and the Blackberries referred to Imran Awan, also Abid Awan. Now, this face is slightly obscured, so if this isn't Abid, that's fine. And it may be another picture of Imran. I believe it's Abid, but we'll cross that bridge later. I'm just using him as a representation. So we are going to drill down to the documentation around top secret access. We are going to drill down about White House visas and passports as well. Passports here, I'm using PPs as passports. We'll also probably talk about PP dossiers as well.
And that's really where it started 6 months ago. And finally today, the House is going to be voting on that 6 months later. We still don't even know who Anthony Weiner's trusted staff is in documentation, but that would be nice to have confirmation of that today. Also, if anybody knows how to scale this to fit the screen, it'd be great. I tried scale to fit in Camtasia and it didn't seem to work. So I did go back to this document on day 285, 6 months ago, talking about the PP dossier. We still don't know the answer to Anthony Weiner's trusted staff.